Hello everybody, welcome to the Empressive channel. Now I want to talk about this. I normally don't talk about the Country Music Awards, but there has been a lot of chatter around it because the artist Shaboozey was snubbed. Now he was nominated for Best New Artist, and also his single bar song Tipsy was nominated for Single of the Year. And this song has been #1 on the charts for like 18 weeks. I think at this point it's on the pace to actually tie in with Lil Nas X song Old Town Road, and it might surpass it eventually. But yeah, it's one of the longest running #1 hits in Billboard history. And the fact that he lost was pretty messed up. I mean, the snub seemed pretty intentional as well, and people were calling out the CMAs over it. They weren't happy at the fact that he got snubbed. They weren't. But I'm gonna tell you why he was snubbed. Obviously, race does play a factor, and people can deny it all they want to, but it does play a factor. And not only that, I think he got snubbed because he took up for Beyonce. Now, Beyonce wasn't nominated at the CMAs at all. And that was a big conversation piece too, because her album Cowboy Carter was one of the highest selling country albums of the year, and she had a #1 hit called Texas Hold'em. So even though I wasn't crazy about Cowboy Carter, it still left a mark, and it did bring more visibility to the newer Black country artists, especially artists like Shaboozey. And I do want to say Shaboozey was already doing his thing in country music, but him doing those collaborations with Beyonce, for her song Sweet Honey Buckin' and her other song Spaghetti, definitely gave him more visibility. I think it actually made more people tune into him as an artist, and he launched his album, and the album spawned the biggest hit of his career. So he always has given Beyonce credit for helping his career. And when he saw that she got snubbed by the CMAs, he spoke out in support of her and said, "That goes without saying. Thank you, Beyonce, for opening a door for us, starting a conversation, and giving us one of the most innovative country albums of all time." Now, I'm going to be honest. I think him speaking out in support of Beyonce is probably another reason why he was snubbed by the CMAs too. Because it's clear that the CMAs don't really fool with Beyonce like that. Ever since Beyonce indirectly called them out for not making her feel welcome that one year she performed back in 2016 with the Dixie Chicks, I feel like they've had somewhat of a grudge against her. And this is probably one of the main reasons why she wasn't acknowledged at all. And it's so interesting because I do remember one of the country music artists named Luke Bryan coming out and saying that Beyonce needed to hang with the country artists and immerse herself in the whole country music scene if she wants to be acknowledged. And I do know that if you want to break through the country music scene, you have to go through certain channels. And this is what K. Michelle talked about too, because she's been trying to break through as a country music artist. But it kind of dawned on me that it really doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, they're not going to embrace Beyonce in the same way they would embrace a Post Malone. They're just not going to. Like, it's because of her race, y'all. She Black. That's why. Let's be real. That's why. And Shaboozey is one of the artists who went through all the proper channels, but he was snubbed too. So that should tell you something. It don't matter whose hand you shake or who you kiss up to or who you collaborate with. It don't matter. They're Black. And that's what it really boils down to. And it's not funny. It's unfortunate. But at this point, I don't even think that Beyonce or Shaboozey should even be tripping over a country music award. I think it would be more of a victory for them if they actually won a Grammy, because they both were nominated. So I hope they win. I do hope Beyonce gets one of those big Grammys like Album of the Year. I know she has been vying for that award for a very long time. And honestly, I want her to win it. I really do. And it's not so much that she needs it at this point in her career, but I would like her to get her lick back at the country industry. I'm not going to lie to you. And it goes beyond that. This is not just about her getting redemption for her Cowboy Carter era, but it's about her breaking down barriers and also reclaiming a genre that was kind of snatched away from Black people, So I hope she wins, and I hope Shaboozey wins a Grammy too. He deserves it. So that's all I have to say about that. Now, moving on, I want to rave about the girl group FLO. They dropped their debut album, Access All Areas, and I was listening to it all weekend, and I have to say I really, really enjoyed this album a lot. And one thing about FLO is they make some good music. I have yet to hear a bad song from them. Like, they have been so consistent in delivering good music, high quality production, high quality vocals, the harmonies, the stacking, everything they do musically is just A1 to me, A1. And they've definitely studied the greats, from Destiny's Child to SWV to even Little Mix. I mean, they have studied and have delivered, and I just really, really want to see this group win. I love that they're continuing to carry on this R&B girl group tradition, because I feel like every generation needs that. They need a SWV. They need a Destiny's Child. They need a Chloe and Halle. They need a June's Diary. And I'm still upset that June's Diary did not get their just due. I'm still not over that, because that was a really, really, really good girl group. But I like the fact that FLO came in and picked up that torch and said, no, we're going to keep this going. So I'm just really here for this group, and I wish all the best for them. And as far as their album is concerned, like I said, I love the album. There are so many songs that I really like on this album too. Triple A, Access All Areas, is probably my favorite song on the album, but I like On and On. I like Shoulda, Coulda, Woulda. I love Caught Up. I like How Does It Feel? I love Soft. I like everything, if I'm being honest. Now, I would have loved if they included Fly Girl featuring Missy Elliott. That should have been on the album, in my opinion. But I really have no complaints besides that. I think every song is cool. I liked In My Bag as well. That's a very cute record, very fun. It featured Glorilla, and I liked the video. I saw the video and I instantly thought of Star. I don't know, the choreography and the whole scene was very reminiscent of something I've seen from the TV show Star. And that's a compliment, by the way. I know some people compare FLO's music to Star music or Empire music as a way to kind of clown them or call them corny, which is so weird to me. If you listen to FLO's music, it's really more reminiscent of Y2K R&B. That's where they get a lot of their references from. And I love their sound. Honestly, I think it's great. I think it's a breath of fresh air. And I'll tell you one thing. If any of these pop girlies or these K-pop girlies were to make the music that FLO makes, people would be eating it up. Trust and believe. If Blackpink were to drop a song called In My Bag, or if Sabrina Carpenter or any of these other pop girls were to drop a song similar to that, it would be a hit. So it's kind of weird to me how people are trying to criticize FLO for making music like that. But it's to be expected. Anytime Black women are doing something big, they're going to be nitpicked. So I just think FLO needs to tune out all the noise and the hate and continue doing what they're doing, because it's working. Now, lastly, I want to talk about the artist Kash Doll, because she released her album, The Last Doll. And I have to be honest, I like this album too. I really do. And I've always liked Kash Doll. I honestly think that she's underrated. She could actually rap. She actually gives range when it comes to her subject matter, because I do feel like a lot of the other rap girls talk about sex a lot, and a lot of their subject matter is just really empty. But with Kash Doll, she actually gave range, especially on this album. She dedicated a few of her songs to her children. She talked about her relationship. You know, she talked about being a boss, talking about having standards, and she had some fun music. She had some turn up music. I mean, it was a cool album. I liked it. And my favorite song on the album is Nothing New. I've had that song on repeat, literally. I love it, love it, love it. And her album overall is empowering, relatable, fun, hood, but classy album. And I would say the one critique I do have for Kash Doll's music is I wish she had better production. I think if she had stronger production, it would take her music to the next level, because I do think her sound is slightly dated. It's not bad, but it could be a little more modern in my opinion. But overall, I think Kash Doll just has it, and it just sucks that she's underrated. And I kind of feel like, you know, she kind of missed her wave a little bit because she was stuck in a bad contract for years. So when she had the moment to strike the iron when it was hot, she couldn't, and people kind of moved past her. But honestly, I think she's one of the more underrated female rappers out there. I do. But anyway, tell me what you all think about this video down below. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and share this video if you care. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.